Hi guys, it's Orvil Edward Walcott here. I want to share my story with you, and I want to ask you a question along the way, which is whether or not you've ever felt like you really wanted to quit or you absolutely couldn't make it in your home business, because I have. I felt that way. I want to share my story with you and then take on a bit of a journey to see where I've come from to where I am now. And I'm going to be quite brutal in terms of the struggle. So years ago, when I thought that, I wanted to help people, become financially successful, before I'd even heard of online business, I was working for a company in the city of London, in the financial district, and got made redundant. That's just the nature of the beast. And I had really high goals. I wanted to help people, but things didn't work out, and lots of people in the company got made redundant. And whilst looking for another job, I then had to move into this flat in North London, in Free and Barnet. Never forget it. And I remember, I thought I'd left home. I thought there's no way I was going to, ask my parents for any financial help. I just thought absolutely no way. So I wanted to make it on my own. I always wanted some sort of business that could help people. And I thought it was going to be a tough journey. I had no idea how tough. That place I moved into, the first night, I heard scurrying in the garden. You hear that scurrying at night. And I will never forget opening up my bedroom, going out and looking at back and seeing rats. Now, I'd never seen rats before, not on, maybe on TV, but, like cockroaches. I live here in London, so we don't get cockroaches. But the sort of thing, at least me, when I had seen them on TV, I just covered my eyes. And here they were, this place where I was living, literally the garden, they had stuff strewn in there, and there were rats, and I mean, I screamed, I freaked out, I couldn't even believe it. And so I called the landlord, and he got back to me an hour later, and he just said, if you don't like it, leave. And that feeling of financially, at that point, being in a situation whereby you just felt powerless, completely at the mercy of outside forces. So here, I've got this dream of wanting to help people succeed. That's the dream. But the reality is I'm living in a place whereby there are rats outside. And I'll never forget that. Something else happened, which was, traumatic. Someone in my family who I was very, very close with, a few weeks later, I got news they were very, very ill, and that person passed away. You've got that emotion of someone you love dying, and you've got this, I never forget it, the bed I was on, this business plan, all strewn out on the bed, the business plan. And the reality is, at night time, I'm hearing rats scurrying. Why am I telling you this? Because as bad as things were, I'd made up my mind. And even though I hadn't heard of, online marketing or an internet business, I'd made up my mind that because I believe, for me, I was put on this earth to serve people and help people. I kind of knew somewhere out there were the answers. There was some business system, some mentor, some model that was going to help me if I just believed, no matter how tough it was. And I thought things couldn't get any tougher. They did, because before things began to look up, they got worse. I joined this company, and it was a MLM, network marketing, nutrition company, and they sold really good nutrition. So I joined it, and, the usual, they got me to make a list of all my friends and family, and initially did well in it. Lots of friends and family bought the products. I thought, fantastic. I was doing home meetings all over London, the southeast, speaking at international events. Think this is going really, really, really well. I'm loving it. And then, guess what? And if you've been in an MLM, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You make a list of your friends and your family, but then the list dries up because your friends and family, they use it, 2/3 to 80% of them will maybe try it for 1 month, maybe 2. That's it, they stop. Why should they keep using it? And then you suddenly realise you actually never really had a business. So I went to my upline and spoke to him, and I said to her, how is this a business model? They said just keep trying harder and harder. And I remember thinking, how can you have a goal to want to help people, to have a business that truly helps people financially, and yet it's so hard. It's so hard. And so I will never forget, there's a place in West London. That was the first place. What I did was I realised that, there's got to be a better way of trying to build a business rather than going to friends and family. I thought, let me look at the internet. But before I did that, though, I bought this course. I did some extra jobs, bought this course on how to use flyers, just old-fashioned flyers. And so I studied copy, how to write good flyers, and I'll never forget, it was harrowing. I went to this tube station in London with all these flyers, and I was literally just approaching members of the public. I had so much sweat on my arms. I mean, literally just huge sweat patches. Because I was so desperate, hungry or desperate to build a business. I was willing to do whatever it took, because thankfully my background is as a sports coach. I used to coach rugby and coach basketball especially, and I always understood the power of the mind. But I realised that there are 3 things you need to succeed in business. One was mindset. So mindset, I had that, but I didn't have a good system. And the third thing, which if you listen to my story, I'll tell you at the end of my story, which I needed. So mindset I had, that was no problem. I was totally determined. And I knew that just like in sport, being determined means you even have to do things when it's really uncomfortable, just play through the pain. So I'm giving out these flyers, and I never forget, I get there and I've got this sort of sky blue shirt on, these grey trousers. And I get there and literally I've got all these flyers I paid for, I had printed. And I went out there and I just start sweating, and the sweat is just, it's like massive sweat patches. And there's this, like a traffic jam, a traffic going by. And some friends of mine who were in a previous business, who quit that business, they saw me and they just sort of did this, like, how desperate can you be? How desperate can you be? I remember feeling on the one hand really so low, but on the other hand, something said to me, I'd written this down, it said, I'd read this book, Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and he talked about having, what is your why in life? You've got to have a why, something that you'll do whatever it takes. You'll even go through pain if needs be. And when I read his book, Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, when I read that book, I realised that, and I couldn't always articulate it, since I was a child, I always wanted a business or something that enabled me to empower other people or serve other people financially, but really in mindset. Because I realised business is, to me, no different to sports, in that all success starts with mindset. If a person does not believe they can make it, my role as a coach is to get them to believe they can make it first and then show them a strategy. Now, believe you me, you can have the best strategy in the world. And there's a third fact I'll share with you at the end of my story. You have the best strategy in the world. If your mindset isn't right, you absolutely will not execute that strategy. You'll find reasons. You'll either do nothing, or you'll do a little bit, but then you'll quit. So I'm giving out these flyers, and I remember 2 guys took it and just threw it in my face. And I just thought, what, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep going. But I remember I did that for about 3 or 4 days. I got about 4 or 5 people. Maybe they felt sorry for me. But I thought there's got to be a better way. And I then went online and began looking. And I began searching and searching and searching. And the thing that got me when it came to looking online for the right sort of company was, I mean, I'd be up to 11:30 at night, midnight even, 1 o'clock in the morning, having to get up for work at 5:30, 5:45 in the morning, and looking at all the different companies, and none of it resonated. It would seem simple, so I'd then join it. I joined a number of companies. It seemed very expensive. They'd say it was simple. One company I joined, it said just blog, blog, and blog. You know what I mean? And do lots of YouTube videos, and people will just come to you. They'll just come to you, and they'll find you. And then I remember doing that, and that feeling of, I can still recall it. You're going to bed. I'm going to bed, and utterly angry and thinking, do you know what? I want to quit, because I felt I was lied to. I felt they said it was simple. They said making money online was really simple, and I thought it's not. Amazing, amazing videos, amazing blogs, yet no one's coming. And then I realised my mindset was right, but I needed really, when it came to making money online, I needed to have two more things, and that was having a system that works and a mentor. Those three things. Those three things took me from rats to riches, to where I am now, whereby I'm getting paychecks of $1,250, $3,300, $5,500, even $10,000 per sale. I'll never forget my very first sale. Now, I don't say it to boast, but I just want to be real with you. Before I got my very first sale of $1,250, it was a Thursday that I got it. And I'll never forget it, because about a few months before that, when I was struggling in the old company I was with, if I got a commission, the commission was for $30 or $50. So I'd come home from work, working my 9 to 7 job, come home in the evening and do my online business. And if I got a commission, it would be of $30 or $50. And when I first heard of what's called high ticket commission, that means a business whereby per sale you're getting $1,000 plus, it blew my mind. It just blew my mind. I thought, number one, I didn't believe it. I thought, I don't believe there's any company out there, their information products to make money online and to market are so good, anyone would pay $500 or even $1,000. I did not believe it. My mistake. The second thing, once I got my head around that it actually did happen, was the fact that I thought it's a mental block. And I did nothing for about 4 months, because I totally believed trying to sell something at $1,000 and get commission of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, it would have to be 100 times more difficult than selling something at $50. And here's the thing. Here's what, not through theory, here's what I found personally with me and the people I've helped, like you, who are struggling all over the world. It is the same, if not easier, to sell a product that gives you a commission of $1,250, $3,300, $5,500, $10,000. It is the same, if not easier, than it is trying to sell something at $50. And once I get my head around that, and this is the biggest thing, I went to this event with a company that I'm with now. I went to this event, I met people who had struggled like me, if not even worse, people who were homeless, people who were sleeping in cars, people who were so poor they had to sleep on the hotel floor, who had gone from zero. One guy named Walter, he'd lost his restaurant and his house got repossessed. What you call foreclosure if you're in America. His house got repossessed and he was $45,000 in debt. That closed to a divorce. He'd explained within 1 year working this business using the same system you'll get access to in a minute by clicking the link below and just starting for just $49. Within 1 year, $100,000 profit he made. And here's the thing which blew my mind. And I want to share this with you. Because when you hear $100,000, or me getting paydays of $1,250, $3,300, $5,500, $10,000 per sale, you might be thinking, well, Orvil, you must be some sales machine. You must be selling, 20 or 30 products per month. No. And these two things, when I found it, this was the light bulb moment. And even before the money started coming in, I thought back to the days when I'd hear the rats scurrying. Oh, by the way, where I live right now in London, beautiful part of London. No, I haven't seen a rat in ages. Different part from, I just got back from Prague. I was in Monaco recently. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see Monaco, Paris, 5-star hotels, complete 180-degree turnaround. From rats to riches. And helping more people, so profiting even more. But I'm not ashamed to say the struggle I came from. Because to understand my story is to understand the struggle. I don't want to be presumptuous and say, I know you. Here, though, is what I found in this business. And honestly, it probably means as much to me in my heart as much as the money. Maybe more so. And these are the people I've helped make life-changing income. These are the people I've actually met who become not only business associates but friends. Here are some of the stories. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's not exactly you, but it's similar to you in terms of the struggle may not be exactly yours, but it's very similar. Number one, a woman named Danny who was sexually abused by her father. So wanted to build a business. Her business was stolen from her. She was homeless at 21, millionaire by 25. Bill and Michelle also had a business. They struggled with that. In debt to the tune of $28,000. Now made over $200,000 last year. I mentioned Walter. Walter owned a restaurant, lost his home. I want you to imagine the phone ringing and you realise your business has gone under. Every last penny you have is tied up in that business. It's all gone. It's all gone. Your wife is threatening divorce. They're now not divorced. They managed to salvage the marriage. Gone on to have 2 amazing children. Mark, again, had tried to build a business. He'd tried for over, get this, 9 years of failure. 9 years of friends and family laughing at him. Now made just under $800,000 last year. But 9 years of struggle. Now, I could go on. You see, the more I think about this, what gets me excited about this business is people like yourself listening. You might be there thinking, Orvil, that's me. If so, reach out to me on Facebook. I'd like to talk to you. You might be thinking, Orvil, okay, that none of those problems in terms of abuse or financial struggle, that doesn't resonate with me, but I like the idea of a business whereby you get a chance to really hit people. People ask me, how do you market? I say, first of all, my business, what is my business? My business are people, their goals, their needs, their strengths, their struggles. I remember once I was on a training call recently with some people, and a number of them were homeless. They just literally got in the hostel and so forth, and they've seen one of my I think Facebook posts and blogs, and they were discussing it with me. And at the end, they said, "Why would you spend time with me if I can't afford it?" And I'm thinking about it, thinking, well, I told them, like I said, from rats to riches, where I used to be. I said that for me, it's about having a heart to truly want to help those who are in need. And I must confess, a thing I went through, as a transformation that I went through, was realising, do you know what? When you have a true heart to want to help people, it just shows. I don't know why. It's human nature, I think, that if your mindset, and whenever I do training internationally now, myself and other leaders, I say to people this: if your mindset is only about the money, if that's all you care about, people can sense it. There are times that I'm literally sort of in bed sometimes at 4 o'clock in the morning thinking, thank goodness I found this business. Something about I can truly help ordinary people who struggled. I remember once, there's occasion by some family members and friends, we're having lunch, And years ago, they were laughing at me. Not meant to be horrible, they were laughing at me because I hadn't made any money. I'd invested over $2,000 in this previous MLM and hardly made anything. And then recently, I didn't tell them about the company that I'm now with, the business that you can get a chance to look at by clicking the link below for just $49. And I bought them some lavish presents. Lavish presents. There's one of my family bought them at sort of. You went to Liverpool Football Club. They support Liverpool, so took them there. Another one bought some lovely gift and so forth. And I didn't mention anything of where the money came from until they asked. They said, "Oh, where does money come from?" I said, "Well, that online business I started helping people, the thing that you said would never work. Well, all these gifts you have is just a fraction from just one commission." And here's the thing, guys. What's so amazing about it is, number one, these high-ticket products, whereby when you get them, you get a sale. You're getting $1,250, $3,300, $5,500, or $10,000 per sale. Here's the beauty: I never need to pick up the phone. There are a team of sales coaches who will do the selling for me. And that is why all those people I've mentioned, who for years struggled, admittedly some people even worse than me. I work with people across the range of people who are, single moms, to people who are homeless, to lawyers, accountants, executives, teachers, doctors, engineers, the complete range of people I help in my business, because you meet people at their real point of need. But what's so exciting is that, and this is what I love about the opportunity you have, by clicking the link below for just $49, here's this, you get access to the same system. For $49, when you click the link below, you'll have your own coach, your own private business coach for you, who will take you through the system. It's a video series. If you don't like it, at the end, you get a complete refund. And these coaches, should you choose to move further, they will do all the selling for you. And I now look at it, and I must confess, whilst I'm in no hurry, and I never ever again will live anywhere near rats, I think about the journey, and I think about the fact I can now relate to people who struggle. I've never been abused. I've had business failure. I'm having business success. I know that, but there's certain pain I've never been through. But I suppose pain is pain. And to know that if I can go from rats to riches, from struggle to success, if I've been able through this system, when you click the link below, to have other people go from struggle to success, here's my last question. If I can do it, if I can help others do it, why not you? Your struggle might be you tried online marketing before, but it didn't work. I get that. If you want to click the link below or reach out to me on Facebook, I guarantee I can pinpoint exactly why. And I wouldn't say you failed. You haven't failed. You just haven't got the results you want yet. You only fail when you quit and you stop. And I came very close to quitting. I know that frustration and anger. Money spent, nothing's coming in, and that massive question mark, when's it going to happen? Just to add to that, maybe friends and family saying, when's it going to happen? You're a failure. Should have done it. I understand that pain. I can pinpoint precisely where to improve. But there are three things which I realised I needed and I got. Mindset, a successful system, and also a mentor. You can have an amazing mentor, an amazing system, which we have, but your mindset has got to be a determination that you're going to make it. How can you do that? Really simple. Number one, write down your goals there. Write down your why. Write down what drives you. Write down a vision for your life. How you can serve other people. No, deliberately, I mentioned nothing about the money you want to earn. Is money important? Yes. But I do believe that comes second. You need a why that's far, far bigger than money. Serving others, helping others, empowering other people. Something that, through the tough times, because it's not always easy, it's simple but not always easy, can really, really, really push you through that. And I want to leave it open to you. If you want to click the link below and reach out to me on Facebook, you can do that. if you want to, click the link below for $49 and get started and look at the step-by-step video system. Meet your business coach. Remember, the $49 is refundable, and have him or her walk you through that system. And honestly, I can't guarantee anything. I don't know how hard you're going to work. But when you consider how it's refundable and if you've watched this far, in my video, and it's 25 minutes plus. If you've watched this far, you obviously are curious as to the system. Otherwise, you would have stopped watching. If it relates to you, then click the link below at $49, get started, and let's start getting you the results that you deserve. Because here's what motivates me. The struggle doesn't need to happen. If someone's struggling, it's because there are one or two or three simple things they don't know, and they're not executing because they just don't have the right system and they just don't have the right coaching. But I also as well want to leave you a gift. And the gift is, once you leave your name and details, you're going to get my free video bootcamp. My video bootcamp is easily worth $800. You will get that for free, whereby I go through the nuts and bolts of internet marketing, just because you've watched this far. But listen, I hope that I'll be able to help you. And if I can reach out to you, if I can help you in any way, then please do. I know what it is to struggle. I know what it is to go from rats to riches. I know what that can feel like. I know what it is to wonder, can you ever make it? Can you get traffic? And I know what it is. I know to go from pain to success. And my mission is just to help as many people as I can. That's it. Simple as that. Either you're in or you're not. If you're in, click the link below. I look forward to working with you. If you're not, then I wish you all the best trying to navigate the landmine that is, online marketing. Because trying to make an online marketing business work on your own, it's a landmine, and you don't know where the landmines are. So you can either make it very, very hard or very, very easy for yourself. So I'm Orvil Edward Walcott. This is my story, and I look forward to working with you. Bye bye.